Twitter for salons, spas, and barbers. This is Salon Spa Chat.
Well, you're going to have to jump in a seat for sure. Please do.
Absolutely. So, Jon-David, before I forget, and I just want to say it now just in case I don't make it to the end, next week, Salon and Spa Chat. Planning for client growth in 2016. That's the topic, my friend.
Planning for client growth in 2016. This is going to be great. I will, our Salon Spa Chat Twitter is going to be a buzz.
Fabulous. So, yeah, I wanted to get that in just in case it all shuts down.
Yes, that's okay. That's good. Thank you so much for that.
So is Jeff and Jennifer going to be here tonight?
I believe so. I talked to Jeff last week. If not, that's okay. And it's been the holidays, and everybody's just like, even me, just like crazy. I've been on the road for a week now, so I fly back to Chicago tomorrow. So my family.
Where are you in California right now?
Up more north, like by Red Bluff. I'm in Red Bluff. Then there's Redlands up north of that, Sacramento. So I'm an hour and a half north of Sacramento at my dad's house. It's really rural up here. My brother is moved in with him. He's, which is great for him because his business is mobile.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so he's in cybersecurity, which one time we're going to have to do a cybersecurity episode.
That would be awesome.
Yes, Cheer Social. You get your camera ready.
Yep. And Hi Moo Moo Creative, welcome.
Yeah. Where's Hi Moo Moo Creative? Oh, yeah. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, we're going to have a good show. So I'm up here. And then my family, my mom's side, which is huge. We are all throughout the Bay Area from San Francisco to Antioch to Concord and San Jose. And so
Northern Cal is your domain.
You know what? My mom and dad raised us in Southern California, so that's my haunting grounds. But family is definitely up here, so we would spend always a lot of time. So it's nice to be northern and southern coastal, if it will. So both places are home to me, and I think
good. Very good.
All right, let's let Alice Fuller in real quick. And is anybody else? And then I will officially start Salon Spa Chat.
Hi,
Alice. How are you?
Hi, Alice.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Welcome.
I moved from LA.
You just moved from?
From LA. I was there for 12 years and moved back to my native state of North Carolina.
Oh.
Wow. Where in LA were you?
I love the Valley, so I was in Sherman Oaks.
Oh, very good.
Was my hangouts.
Very good. I'm right down the street in Orange County, so down the street in that way that everybody's down the street in LA.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's like what, 2 highways, 3 highways?
It's 4 hours. So,
about 3 highways deep.
Pretty much.
Yeah, nothing's close by.
That's one of the reasons I moved to Chicago. Like, I had all these friends from the East Coast, Midwest, and I was like, well, here we are in Mecca. We're right by the mountains and the beach, and it was that something about it was everybody kept on moving back. Once they made their fame and fortune in LA, they moved back, and I was like, what's going on? Like, and in LA, nobody's really from here. I was, but it was really, really different.
This area.
My husband is one of the few original issue LA people.
Yep. Hey, Kurt Malley. We're talking about Twitter for salons and spas and Twitter for every industry. So we're going to be talking about that today. And so I'm just going to officially say welcome to Salon Spa Chat. We are hosts who are very welcoming to open discussions. We like to help the salon, spa, and barber industry because we think it's a great, relatable industry for all industries because we are about service, we're about retail, we are about everything giving and receiving. and we think it's just a great paradigm to discuss and to help, and we just love our industry. And let me introduce my co-host, Jackie Bernardi, who's got a little strep throat, so she's not going to be staying with us.
I'm going to try to stay as long as I can. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hi,
Hello.
Thomas.
Hey, Thomas Clark, I know him too. Mm-hmm. And Alice Fuller from Share Social is also here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Alice, please.
Okay, my tagline is I'm a TV producer turned digital marketer. Anybody ever heard of House Hunters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the most popular show that I've worked on in my 12-year stint working in LA. TV producing to digital marketing, started as an entertainment blogger, and then that entertainment blog just kept growing and growing, and people kept asking me, well, especially publicists, how do you blog? Can you do it for my clients? How do you distribute the content? And so eventually I said, you know what, I can make this a business. I can still work in production and do producing, but I can also follow this trend. At that time, it was a trend. It's kind of like hip hop. They didn't think it would be around this long. They didn't think social media was going to be around this long, and now it has become the standard, a standard.
Isn't that amazing? Which will lead me into my first lead-in. I was an early adopter for Twitter, Facebook, and so forth. And I was taught by some really great social media greats in Chicago, so they were the top, and some of them continue to be. And now that there's no such thing as a celebrity per se, or we would go into restaurants. I told my co-host this, that people would go, oh, you're on Twitter, just tweet us up, and we could get 100 people in a restaurant within 20 minutes to an hour, because we were the only ones. And now we have big companies who have learned this organic way of social media and copied it, and of course amplified it. And I would just like to open the discussion up into how can we harness this now not so organic or much more strategic way of being on Twitter per se, or any social media platform, and how can we give this back to our industry to take it back, so like a salon or a spa or a hairdresser can utilize this? Hi, Chapelle.
Jackie, you want to speak to it, or
yeah, go ahead, Jackie.
You're the interviewer.
Go ahead, Alice. Go ahead. Actually,
go. Okay, Alice.
I was thinking as when it comes down to the industry of hair, because I actually did a documentary about hair, so this is kind of interesting. I did, and it's quite Googleable, but we had some drama. But I'll tell you what it was. Nonetheless,
okay,
it was called My Nappy Roots.
My Nappy Roots, nice.
Yeah, and it's okay to say nappy. I'm not offended by it at all, for those people who are going to be culturally sensitive. But
was that the Chris Rock?
That's why I said the drama. We had some drama.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So, but no, that's good hair, and I'll explain that off air. That was good hair. We had My Nappy Roots, and then yeah. Okay. So where the hair care industry or the salon industry is concerned, I think really it's a great opportunity to really utilize around events. I always thought too that Twitter would be a great way for stylists and salon owners, once the appointment is over, to continually provide information of interest to your clients. I mean, you don't want to give up all the secrets so they don't have to come back. but you can tell them and show them through picture, through video. You could have a pseudo reality show if you wanted to out of your salon. Yeah. I mean, you've got so many avenues of letting your clients see your expertise beyond what just happened in the chair. Or here's another style that we're thinking about doing. Here's what you could, coming from the LA standpoint, you could you can leverage what celebrities are doing anyway. Salons do that anyway, talking about celebrity hair, or like Kim Kimble has a reality show. But at the same rate, you can always leverage the conversations around hair. You can search the hashtags. You can curate content there's so many hair bloggers, so many YouTubers. My goodness.
Yeah, that don't actually do hair, which is great. They offer you free content. And does your hairdresser, how are they at social media or Twitter?
Well, seeing as how I do my own locks, she's great at it.
Yeah. Yes, she is.
These are all mine. They are not sewn in. They are 10 years in the making.
Those are 10 years. That's awesome. That's a lot of work. That is due diligence. That's a lot of love.
Yeah, it's a lot of patience, but
yeah.
But I don't need hair down in my butt. I'm ready to cut them.
Wish you in Chicago. I'd love to play with your hair. Hey, Cheval, how are you, buddy? Cheval?
Hi, Cheval.
He's on.
I can't hear you from here.
Oh, welcome, Cheval.
I don't know. Something's wrong with my computer. I don't know what's going on. I can't hear out of my earphone. It can only play out through my computer.
Oh,
that's unusual.
Well, refresh and come back if you need to. If you need to refresh.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, he'll be back. He's always fun. So, Miss Jackie, how are you feeling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I want to speak a little bit to your point, Alice, because it's something that I've long held the belief in. I think Twitter would actually be an excellent avenue for this. I would love it if salons and spas would take a little real estate in their space, right, and make it a really nice vignette, just maybe a nice little bench or a nice little stool with an appropriate background, not some skanky background, dirty hair, whatever, just a nice little area. No one looks better in their life than the moment they step out of the chair, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, their hair's perfectly gorgeous. They'll never get it like that at home, no matter what. It looks fantastic. I would love to see individual operators go ahead and have an area in their salon or spa where they can photograph their client right in that moment when they look spectacular. It's a dual benefit. Clearly, the service provider can use that image for their own social media or to create a Pinterest pin or something. They can use that. But also they can send it to their client because that's the picture the client wants to use for their social media when their hair looks great or their whatever. I just think it would be a really great idea, and it would be a very interesting and clever way to use Twitter. And actually, posting it via Twitter has a lot of side benefits, like you said, Alice, about hashtagging the hell out of it and so on. I'm always looking for the creative way for individual stylists and estheticians to market their services, and there's no better way in that moment. And it doesn't require them to look for content later. Go back there like, oh, I wish I had the photo of that style I did, or I wish, there's just a constant record of it.
I would dare say in many instances, though, it might depend on your audience, especially if some of your clients are older. But if your clients are that 18 to 30, then if you were, I think Twitter still probably does this for red carpet events for some of them. But they created like a Twitter booth where they would give you it's like a little packet. And you could literally set up a little booth and you would come by it. And you literally take your picture and it literally automatically sends it to Twitter, which then, of course, makes it shareable and it's in the moment kind of thing. Or if the salon actually made it fun and created an event. People hold, I've done actual screenings and things in a salon. Yeah. So if you were to use a salon as an event venue and made it fun, and then maybe do some hair or do a pseudo hair show, and then have people tweet those those do's, those hairdos, or those whatever's going on in the salon at that moment, and just continually circulate that content. But that takes a salon owner who's a little bit forward thinking though. And I find, like you, Jackie, even though I don't sit in a chair anymore like that, but in the majority of my life I did. And you don't really find a lot of salon owners right now who are thinking about Twitter. Maybe some of their young clients are, but it's still so word of mouth. I get everything through word of mouth. It's just like, well,
yeah, Twitter is word of mouth.
Twitter is, yeah, it's
Word of mouth. It's just the same thing. I like the fact that we used to have when I used to have a hair salon, you know, hey, you take the red carpet pictures and we had the branding backdrop. We always had that left over after we did an event, and we just left it up after a while, and people were just always walking by taking pictures on the way out. I don't own a big hair salon like that now, but that's such a great idea, Jackie and Alice, that we should have that branding banner behind us at all times. Just leave it out. People will take pictures. They will actually promote us, but to actually strategically have each stylist or each somebody tweet out and so forth. Let me welcome Jennifer Ellis Jackson. How are you today? Happy holidays.
I am doing well. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Okay, I'm doing well. Sorry, just got off the train. Plane was delayed due to the inclement weather, but I am happy to be here.
We cannot have inclement weather because we are in the same town tomorrow when I fly back. So that would be meaning inclement's not good, right?
Hopefully it will have cleared up by the time you get here. It's not bad. It's just icy and rainy.
Oh, okay.
But,
I saw some news footage earlier, and all I could think was, I'm so glad I'm not in Chicago.
It's Chicago.
It's so cold.
Yeah, it's the good thing is that ice and snow is not freezing because it's too warm.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, it looked cold. It looked really.
That's the heat wave for us here at this time of year. So.
Wow. Am I still coming through not glitchy, ladies?
You're kind of freezing a little bit, but
I'm starting to freeze if I can tell. So if I back out, Jennifer, I can make you host. Yes, I can.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But you're fine now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're fine.
You know what? I started to tweet it out, and then it was fine. All right.
Yeah, it gets glitchy when I do that too. Sometimes when I try to tweet it out, and it's just like it freezes everything.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy. I got it. Good. All right. So Twitter for salons and spas. You know, I'm just finishing up a video. I figured this is the best way. I wrote my book, Twitter for Salons and Spas. Now I'm just doing a video. So this is important to me, so I'm listening to your ideas and so forth, and want to incorporate it in the last piece of the video tutorial, because I think it's important that we reach salons and spas and let them know that Twitter is a very awesome social media platform. I see so many things wrong with the way salons and spas are doing it. One of them is I see a lot of salons and spas copying other salons and spas as far as Twitter profiles and Twitter and what they're tweeting and how they're tweeting. Whereas I think all four of us here sitting on this seat and CEO and Top Marketer and so forth, we're all pretty good at Twitter, and I think the profile is important. So Jennifer, talk about Twitter profile, please, so we can educate our industry.
Absolutely. The Twitter profile should really reflect what it is that the salon does. And I know that sounds like duh, but it really should be an indication of the types of services that the salon provides given the character restriction. And absolutely, it should include a link to the website. Hopefully the salon has a website, or some information that will entice the visitor or the potential client or current client why they should visit the salon. So for example, in the profile, it should always be specializing in ethnic hair care or specializing in color or Paul Mitchell type salon, some type of hook that will draw the potential client in, because if the Twitter profile is just blank, huge missed opportunity. So that's what I'm often coaching and encouraging salons and spas to do, as well as individual stylists as well when they have their own Twitter.
Think of your profile words, choose them carefully, and think of them as keywords because Google and Twitter love each other now. Nice, it's a nice marriage.
And it's really so many salons and spas or beauty professionals or beauty industry businesses don't use a link in the Twitter profile. And again, I think that's a huge opportunity. There's so many different ways. You can have a bit.ly, some type of shortened link, the link to the site. But again, you only have that, what I think the Twitter is now, what's the life expectancy of a tweet?
Couple of minutes.
So it's really critical that once a person does look at the tweet, that they go back to who the source is, they can understand what the purpose of the tweet is and who the tweet is coming from.
You're speaking to that, Jennifer. I agree. I also think it's important, and I don't have it right now because I just undid it about a week ago because it's time to refresh it. But I think it benefits to have a pinned tweet that is really well branded in your name. So because you have so much more, and forgive me, I'm sorry, medication. I'm being completely unclear. I apologize.
No, you're clear.
Have an image tweet that you pin that's well branded, that has links, that has the information that you'd really like to share. That does very well, and I think that gives people much more of a sense of art than perhaps just the very short profile that you're allowed on Twitter.
I think what's crucial too is your image. I mean, there's a couple of things within that bio. You want to have something that's searchable. That's true with the keywords, and something that defines what if your salon does have a specialty. But I think your image is crucial too, because when people come into your Twitter profile for the first time, especially if you do hair, let's keep it 100, as the hip hoppers would say. That image, especially if you are the face of your salon, your salon is named after you.
Yes.
And it's not just a logo. That image is crucial because it's just like, well, if her hair is jacked, maybe not. But if that image is one that reflects the personality or the expertise, then that in and of itself can lead people to say, well, let me look beyond just his profile and see what he or it is tweeting about. I find a lot of, please do not have an egg. That egg thing bothers me to no end. let's
just put that. I will reiterate. When you're new to Twitter, make sure you already have your profile picture ready to go. Make sure you're going to have your picture and profile ready to go so you can get rid of that egg, because you'll get a lot of blocks right off the bat. An out there question: logos versus Twitter pictures of a face, or your picture of your hair salon or interior of your hair salon or spa or barbershop in your Twitter profile versus a Twitter profile picture. What do you think?
Go ahead, Jackie.
I've also got two answers for that, right? So I think if you're an establishment, I think if you're a salon, a spa, studio, a barber shop, I think a logo is perfectly appropriate. I also happen to think if you have an establishment, you should have your establishment Twitter page as well as your personal page. As Jennifer and Jon-David know, and Alice, what you're about to learn about me, is I am all about, regardless of whether you work for someone or not, in this industry, you must constantly personally brand because you are your own brand. Doesn't matter who you work for. So I think as an establishment, yes, it's fine to have a logo, image, your Twitter profile, and quite frankly for any social media profile. Hey, Gerald. However, if you should also have a personal brand with your personal image on there. And I know some people are uncomfortable with it, and that may fly in other industries, but not this industry. Okay? Mm-hmm. People don't want to go to an image of Shears, right? They want to go and see somebody that they can connect with. So I think it's listen, people are going to do what they want, but it's a huge missed opportunity to not have your own image with your hair looking great, with your makeup looking, whatever it is, right, that puts you out there. It's a missed opportunity on Twitter and any other social media. That's just my 2 cents on that.
I like it. I like the fact with Twitter. I always say, if it's one tweeter for the salon or spa or barbershop, I welcome you to use the Twitter picture of you, and it can still be the name of the salon and spa, and it can be Mark or John or Dana or whoever is running the Twitter account, and look at your Twitter analytics. 2 weeks with the picture of you in the profile, and 2 weeks with your wonderful logo that's a clear logo, not shears or whatever, or however you use it, your picture of your salon or spa, and see through your Twitter analytics how many follows you get doing the same type of things in the 2 weeks. I think in general marketing, we like to say a picture. We follow a person on Twitter. We don't follow a brand per se unless we know it's like an American Airlines or Arby's or Sweet.
To say, Jon-David, it's really essential that we take a good photo. Even though smartphones take amazing pictures, if the smartphone is not representative of the type of work, the smartphone photo is not representative of the type of work or the image that you want to convey, then it probably makes sense to go somewhere, and get some decent photos taken. I see so many pictures that aren't clear. So it's really, that profile again is your elevator speech. It is your one opportunity to make an impression, even for a existing customer, because chances are I'm referring Alice's Salon to my friends and family because I love my loctician. I'm recommending Alice's Salon. So when I go there, I need for the stylist, for the whoever is in charge, whoever is behind the brand, to be visible and to be clean looking, because that's going to make an impression. People do business with, especially in the beauty industry, it's all about the visuals. It's all about the aesthetics. So it absolutely.
So let's give them some good visuals then.
Yeah. So that's
Twitter header. You guys, I think that's pretty prime real estate that I don't see well used in the salon and spa industry as far as imagery goes. What do you think about that?
I'm going to step out for a second so Gerald can jump in.
Okay, good.
Get my throat a little bit of so. Gerald,
okay.
Jump in, honey.
Feel better, Jackie?
Yeah. Oh, poor thing. Strep throat this time of year. Horrible. Mm-hmm. So come on down, Gerald. So I think that Twitter header is an amazing piece of real estate, and you can change it if you're in the hair salon spa industry over and over. I know Gerald's changed his Twitter header when he's doing an event or so forth, and I think it's an amazing. I'm going to start doing it for Salon Spot Chat after the new year. Just every week we have a different topic, a different host. I can change the header very quickly, especially with Canva.com.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we love our Canva. Hey, Gerald, how are you? Welcome to Salon Spot Chat.
Hey, thanks for having me, JD. Good to see you and Jennifer and TJB, and nice to meet you, Alice.
Hi.
First time I've seen Alice.
Well, at least I'm presentable.
We don't even ask that you can just don't even have to wear pants. As long as this part's good, we're good.
I'm good, dude. I'm old school TV, so I know. I'm like, medium close up. I'm good.
Yeah, medium close up's good. Mm-hmm. So, Gerald, we're talking about Twitter for salons and spas. Our industry kind of could be better helped with some marketing. We see in our industry, we see a lot of salons losing stylists because they can't keep them busy because they're maybe they're not using marketing as well. So give us some sugar. Give us some Twitter insights for our salon spa industry, please.
Well, this industry I know very little about, but I understand marketing, and it's always important to effectively market whatever it is you do, no matter what industry it is, because people have to, first, people have to know you. I'm not big on this whole, I call it kilts, this thing that's been going over the last 5 or 6 years, this whole know, like, and trust thing. I think in this industry, it may be more true. They have to trust you because it's their hair, and people are serious, especially women, about their hair. So in this industry, I think that may be more true than others. In most industries, I think that they just need to know you first, and getting known is marketing. That is important. How many people know who you are and what you do? And that's the importance of being able to creatively stand out from the next salon, the next stylist. Why should they choose you? What makes you different? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, she said. So what makes you different? So people need to find creative ways to uniquely convey their message and what makes them maybe the choice stylist for this person over the next person, and what makes this salon different than the other salons. What makes this experience? How is the experience going to be different? That needs to be in your marketing pieces. As JD said, changing your header or changing your flyer. And another thing is invite people to stuff. Don't just throw it out in the Twitter universe and expect people to find you. Mm-hmm. A tweet is not good enough.
It is. It's interaction. I think in my industry, I find that we artists are overall a little shy. I would not follow the way I've been marketing lately. But at the same time, artists are pretty shy. So on Twitter, it's pretty one-on-one. It's pretty conversational, and I think that's in our industry. They don't understand that. They think they're marketing or they're advertising. I see a lot of advertising on Twitter from salons and spas.
Yeah, I think they forget the social part. If you the strategy and the social, because if you go into any social platform without a strategy, then you really don't get any results out of it. That's key. But I think too, the social element of it, the beautiful thing about Twitter and even sometimes with Blab, people can just jump into a conversation. Mm-hmm. And if you add value to that conversation, you've got a salon spa chat. I mean, you can start a Twitter chat. I mean, it might, people love that. People they're like zombies where Facebook is concerned, but that's because Facebook has just basically pounded its existence into our forehead. Mm-hmm. But for those that are comfortable with the limited 140, 160, whatever it is, kind of sort of chat element of Twitter, you have an opportunity to cultivate an audience. You have an opportunity to start conversations and to get into really, really good conversations and add value to them. And I think that's the part of, if I get on Twitter, what do I say? There's somebody in your state, and here's something else too, I think that we have to think about, because salons are often local. So, I mean, if you're on the East Coast, then, you're marketing generally to someone who is within, 25 miles away? How far are people willing to, well, you know what, let me not say that, because I have a friend of mine who travels from Virginia to North Carolina to get her hair done. But people are willing to, generally travel within their area for their stylist. So when you are filling out your profile, a lot of people like to get cute and say, well, I'm anywhere. Okay, that's fine, but your salon is not anywhere.
There you go.
It is.
If you're not,
it is amazing how many profiles you see, not just in our industry, but they're being cute in their profiles and so forth, and they're saying.
Well, I can be cute with mine because most of my clients are East Coast and West Coast, and sometimes even international. That's social. That's the beauty of social media and digital marketing. But I'm not cutting hair, or styling hair. Wherein, people will see me. You sometimes will see your stylist at the supermarket, and they make those connections, or at your church or wherever. People hang out, or at the meetup.com, whatever's going on. So if you're not localizing your bio, which can be very, very important, and keep it open. I don't understand if you have a business and your tweets are closed to the public. Now, if it's your private little thing, that's your little private group, that's your girls, and you're talking trash or whatever. Okay, that's your business.
Different. You're not using it as marketing or to expand your business profile.
Exactly.
Doug brings up Twitter campaigns, actually, on the left of my screen. He says, are you using any birthday club marketing to get new clients and build a list, which in the salon and spa industry is huge. Birthdays are huge. It's such an easy thing we can layer into our email marketing. Of course, our emails are now tweetable. Hello. And but those are Twitter campaigns, which in my industry, I don't see Twitter campaigns, which our industry is perfect for Twitter campaigns, salons, spas, barbers. Just perfect. So if anybody has a campaign that they have seen done well, or they've done well, and the partnerships, all the things that go into campaigns, let's just talk about that for a minute to give that to the salon and spa industry. And Gerald, I know you know what a Twitter campaign is and does, and
right,
and how it works.
Yeah, well, I'm still a little new to Twitter, despite what people think. I'm pretty good at, just understanding nuances and understanding the social part of social media. And the thing I would add to what you both just said would be that you have to creatively find ways to engage. Twitter is not just a static site anymore. You have visuals, and you also have video. So if you're having an event, create a little video and send it to people personally. Don't just count your tweet as everybody's going to see it. If they're following 5,000 people, that thing is moving like the super highway. So go to somebody, send them a video. Hey, we're having a special going on this weekend, and I would really like you to come down and see what we're doing, blah, 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 blah. And just send it to them. And people appreciate that personal touch. Again, remember that these are still
and they
individuals,
like to be invited. They want to know if you've created some great content or you've created a great event.
Yes.
That's a wonderful campaign. Just include people and invite people. It's a wonderful, wonderful way of being.
I think in adding that to once again going in with your strategy, if you know who your target market is, prime example, Scandal or Empire or we'll say Army Wives or something of that nature. If you tie it to somewhere where hair is very important, and you start that conversation, oh, I love hair this week, and you engage that person, especially if they're local, because you technically, again, you want to look for local tweets. You can jump into the national dialogue if you want to, but you want to look for local tweets. If you're in LA, then you wait for when Scandal comes on the West Coast. You can watch the East Coast tweets, but you want to start a conversation when it comes on for the West Coast. And you're talking about, oh, I love, you see somebody talking about Olivia Pope's hair or How to Get Away with Murder. Oh my gosh, because that wig they gave Viola Davis the first season was, it needed its own TV credit.
Yeah, right.
So, But if you're someone who works with wigs or works with natural hair, now that you're doing more natural hair, then you start that conversation, because I promise you there's somebody on there talking about it, and you jump into it and you say, well, at our salon, you make it a conversation, not a hard sell. At our salon, we specialize in wigs. We would never let Viola look like that. Or if you were a stylist who worked on a set, if you are want to be real and imagined celebrity stylist, then you let people know this is how I would fix it. Oh, I like this, I like that. When these events come up, or these opportunities to start a conversation or to start a dialogue around hair, that's how you you just hone right into it. But it's a soft sale. It's not like, oh, we got 20% off this week on Korean hair, whatever people are doing now with hair. But you
can do this organically with your Twitter search and your Twitter advanced search. Those people that don't know how to use Twitter advanced searching, you can find your target. And we Jennifer Ellis Jackson has a wonderful explanation of what your Twitter or your client avatar is. And I just love her explanation. And basically, you really your Twitter profile should look like your customer base and how to find them. Comments, Jennifer?
It's just always good to just know what it is you're focusing on. I'm just still thinking about sort of kind of reading the comments over here. and thinking about just a Twitter advanced search, and Jackie's saying it's the bomb diggity. And it is, and it really does give us an opportunity to focus in. But I wanted to go back to something that Alice said. There are so many different ways that we can use Twitter in terms of engagement, like frequently asked questions, things that are seasonally, what type of shampoo you should be using, or or face cream for a spa. So many different things. That's 1,000 opportunities right there, just using the frequently asked questions that the salon, spas, makeup artists, barbers get. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be dialoguing and engaging one-on-one. And just something to Gerald's horn. Jackie mentioned that, Gerald, one way you were able to blow out the Blab-a-thon is by directly engaging people, getting them to rally around a specific event or a cause. But we can still do that for our industry. It doesn't have to be causal type marketing, but it could be or it could not. But the key is that there's always ways for us to get engagement. And I think salons and spas, we just haven't pushed the envelope. We're still in our box doing things that are historic. And like Alice said, stop doing the hard sell. Everybody has 20% off, or everybody has some type of special that they're running. But talk to me about why I should be talking to you. Bridal season will be coming up in a couple of months. So again, it's a great way to say, have you started thinking about your wedding? Why don't you come in? I mean, it's just so many different things that we can do to get engagement. But again, for those using that profile, I think that was your question, Jon-David. Right? That was a question?
Yeah, pretty much just your client avatar has needs and wants, and you're addressing that. We're talking in marketing, and all four of us here, we understand. We're answering a question. We're solving a problem. We're saying, I know natural hair. I know what dry skin is. I know what it feels like to need stronger hair if I've got fine hair or whatever. We're answering a question in marketing. So for salons and spas, we're talking. We want to talk to our customer about that and have that information or that content or enter into the conversation.
Something I would add is claim whatever it is you want to be, even if you aren't that. If you want to be a celebrity stylist, say, I'm a stylist to the stars. You may not have star the first, but that is who your ultimate client is. If you tell people that and you say it enough, people believe that. And because that's who you're reaching out to. And then you reach out to some of those people and you talk to them about what their hair looks like and what you see could help them. I mean, yes, they're not going to respond the first time. They're not going to respond the 10th time. But if you keep tapping on the door, tag them in things you're doing. Tag them in things that engage with them about their hair, their wigs, whatever it is you want to talk to them about. And keep, whenever you push your marketing out, celebrity stylist, whatever. And people
I have one little issue with that though. And here's the thing, and here's why.
Okay.
Because it's not authentic. If you are saying you are a celebrity stylist, and I go to your website and I don't see celebrity the first, but you keep telling me you're a celebrity stylist, if you don't even have the local weather girl up there.
The local weather girl.
But you keep saying you're a celebrity.
You're right.
Now you keep in mind, this is the part, Jerry, you probably don't know because you missed the beginning where, and I said, I still have these connections in Hollywood, like Marcia Hamilton. That's a celebrity stylist. She does Jada's hair. She does Willow's hair. Kim Kimble has her own. I think she does Beyonce. Kim Kimble does some of everybody's hair. So, when you want to aspire to be a celebrity stylist, it's okay just to be a stylist and then work your way up to being a celebrity stylist, because those people who really are celebrity stylists and you're not, they can prove that they've got those recommendations, because the word gets out real quick, especially if you're a real celebrity stylist. The industry is that small. I mean, it's really, really small. Mm-hmm. So if
you can build a relationship with the celebrity stylist really quickly on Twitter.
Build relationships with them. You really allow yourself to be do the Kim Kardashian. Allow yourself to be seen with Paris Hilton. People will start asking.
Yeah.
Who's the girl next to the girl? Who is she? Is she the shampoo, or she the stylist?
Right. Yeah.
There's ways to do it and still be authentic without putting yourself out there as something you're not.
Right. I completely agree with that. The only thing I was saying is from a marketing perspective, I know people. I'm not an advocate for faking anything. So let me be clear about that.
Yeah.
Don't fake it till you make it, but believe it till you be it, is what I always say. So if you are putting in the universe, you are like you said, you're eventually the local weather girl is going to call. Okay, well, do my hair, because you're like you. It's about presenting yourself in the light that you would want to be seen. Now, it doesn't mean that you're a mega star. Now, it's a different thing if you say you're a professional athlete or you've done so and so's hair. Don't lie. Again, I think it's a small delineation there, and I definitely get what you're saying. Don't say that you've done all these people's hair and then you can't prove a thing. But if you feel you're a celebrity stylist, heck, you may think the local celebrities are celebrities. So I'm just looking at other industries, because I know people like, I'm not going to name names, in other industries that have written books, said, I'm a speaker for Fortune 100 companies. And Fortune 100 companies called them because you said you're the speaker for Fortune 100 companies. So what I'm saying is when you put yourself in that light and then you give yourself the authority to be in that light, do something that puts you in the space with those people. They will come to you naturally because
I'd be willing to bet,
you've been marketing yourself that
if
way.
you're saying you are a speaker to these companies, I bet there's a YouTube video that says, okay, he's a great speaker. Because anytime you put yourself out there as that individual, you got to back that up.
Yes, there you go.
If you cannot back up what your title says
That's
you
true.
are, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
That's why I said at least show up with a weather girl is and take a picture with a something if you're going to put yourself out there.
Yeah. Doug Starks,
that's it.
I'm going to answer a question here. Doug Starks asked, are most of the salons we work with independent salon owners or more of a company-owned salon? Because it depends on what kinds of marketing that they do. And both Jennifer and I are social media coaches. I'm pulling back a little bit from coaching, just producing videos, tutorials. Jennifer works with the whole industry, and also Jackie Bernardi works with directly before they even get out of school, helping people brand themselves and learning. She has a great niche there. So if that's the answer to your question, Doug.
But just elaborate a little bit on them. Most of my clients, Doug, are more mid-tier, trying to start to work with and when I say mid-tier, salons with maybe 5 to 7 to 10 stylists who have one location, but they do a lot of volume. So they understand the importance of marketing and growing, and they're pretty much established, but they've sort of hit a plateau, and so they want to expand. But most of them are independent. The company-owned ones pretty much have that I've seen, have some type of corporate directive, if you will. Even like a Mario Tricoci, which is sort of local to the Midwest. Jon-David, wouldn't you agree? But it's more of a corporate-owned type of salon, because regardless of what location you go to, it still looks, feels the same way. They run the same promotions, have the same language that they communicate out. I hope that answers your question, Doug.
Yeah, we do seem to have a problem in our industry when we have social media marketers in our industry. We have some great bigger companies that are tied to, like the L'Oreals and the representatives of the bigger manufacturers that we buy from, and they hire social media managers and don't even seem to be working on building clientele for the salons, as far as I can say. They're not engaging on Twitter. I'm seeing that they are much more, I see restaurants doing a great job. I see marketers doing a great job, of course. I don't see a lot of salon, spas, and barbers actually engaging with their social media managers.
You think is it because people have a tendency to just gravitate to Facebook first? Is that the mindset?
It definitely is the mindset. Going to Facebook.
It's what's easy to them. It's what they know. And now that and Facebook, I mean, let's be real. But Facebook is concerned, they're out for world domination as far as social media is concerned. Because now that you can live stream on Facebook, they're trying to create something like a Yelp on Facebook now. So you don't, I mean, in my personal opinion, they too want to replace the organic website. So you don't even, for those who are coming up, it's just like, well, I can't afford a website right now. So I'm going to just hit up Facebook, and Facebook becomes my website.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, that's a dangerous game.
I think it is a dangerous game. I think that's one of the things that at least I would like to throw out. Like, I don't think having a Facebook page and your Twitter profile is working anymore. I think that's a big no-no now. Whereas before, if you couldn't have a website, you could use an about.me page and so forth. And I think Jackie would say the same thing, that it's now just get your own website. It's very simple. Just even if it's a one-pager, at least have an identity with all your information there. It makes you real. It gives you social proof that you really are who you are. And I think now with cybersecurity and so forth, I think that's important, especially for salon spas industry and stylists, individuals, all of us. We all understand that. Yeah.
Well, what kind of content is being created?
Jackie says she's waving her hand. I will let Jackie jump back in, because she says she's waving her hand. I'd love to hear what TJB has to say, and she could probably add a little more.
Come on down, Jackie. Oh, she automatically gets in.
I'm going to try to be.
Okay,
I'm going to try. I am. Gerald, thank you. What I was going to say is, yes, I'm a huge proponent for everybody having their own website. However, the reality
take a picture.
is
This is what would happen if I tried to tweet it. You froze just for a minute, Jackie. You're still freezing. I think you're catching.
No, I'm not. I'm just not moving.
Oh, you're back now.
I love this show. It's so fun.
Anyway, what I was going to say is, at the very least, at the very, very least, buy your own domain name, period, end of sentence. Buy your own domain name. Even if you cannot afford web hosting to bring up your own site, which is very easy to do, very inexpensive, but some people, when they're starting out especially, really, really cannot. At least own your own domain name so nobody can take that from you. That's the basic personal branding. Beyond that, having the About Me site, having a really well-done Twitter profile, really well-done Facebook business page, by the way, as opposed to, why is it snowing on Blab all of a sudden?
It kind of.
I see you on Top Marketer did that. I think Doug did it, which is, I'm like, okay.
Okay, that's so cool. Thank you. Sorry, I'm like shining bright light right now, but again, I'm blaming the medicine. Anyway, point is, create a profile on every damn platform that you can, period, and have it be consistent. If you can have your own website, do it. I mean, really, even like Jon-David was saying, the most basic thing. But if you can't, at the very least, own your own domain name, and you can grow up from there. All right.
Awesome.
Okay, sorry, I'm so like doom and gloom. My voice is so awful. So I'm gonna jump back out. I don't know how y'all are making it snow, but that's the
this is a new Blab thing. I hope it shows up on our recording too. I like it. I mean, I could.
Gerald, that's how you do it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make it snow.
I don't think it's gonna show up on the recording. I just did a Blab with Chris Brogan not too long ago. Well, this last week. And well, do y'all know who Chris Brogan is?
Yes.
Okay. So, and I'm assuming it snowed because we've got good engagement. That's what I'm thinking it is. I could be wrong, but
no, I think Gerald really.
Yeah, so did Doug.
It's /snow. It said that I did, but I didn't see it.
But when you see the recording, you won't see it.
Oh. Yeah. Well, we can't.
So now what we're doing, we're recording that, and then I can layer in snow if I want to.
There you go.
So there you go, my editing. So anyway, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. We're going to wrap it up. It's 7:27 in Chicago. Is that right? It's 7:27 in Chicago?
Yes, it is.
And it is not snowing there. For real.
More sleeting. More sleeting.
And next week, Jackie, you are the host of Salon Spa Chat. Woo-hoo. And what is the topic next week? So excited.
Planning for client growth in 2016, my friends. And even though we specialize in our industry, the beauty industry, this topic is for everyone. And I want everyone to show up because this is such a rich format and a talking point, actually, is that I would love everybody to be here. Alice, I would love to see you here
really
next
love
week.
to see you
Great
here.
addition to the show. And Gerald, you know that I always want to see you here. And also Doug, thank you so much for joining us. Great questions in there. And next week, I hope you can be in a situation where you can jump on. That would be awesome.
And also we had a guest, Zakia.
Yes, Zakia's a cutie. She had a 1-year-old running around, so I think that's why she didn't jump in. So you can always invite your 1-year-old around in the background. I had dogs behind me in the background, and I think my dad and my brother popped in. My dog's staring at me too. Thank you, everybody. Jackie, we'll see you next week. I'll see all of you on Blab in the next week when I get back to Chicago. I'm going to be jumping on your shows and having fun and having more fun in the Blab community this next year. I think this is such a wonderful format as far as Twitter and Blab bringing this to you. I think this is a great addition for any salon, spa, and barber shop to utilize. And if you just put your head to it, I think you'll find a great way to use Blab and Twitter to increase your clientele. So
awesome. Thank you.
Ladies, thank you. Gerald, thank you. Doug, thank you. Zakia, Ringgold, we'll see you next week, please. We would love to see you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
You too. Get well. Happy New Year. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Happy New Year, everybody.
Right. Bye.
Bye-bye.